Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to a brand new PSGL League Racing video on F1 24. Today we are racing around Jeddah for round number 4 of the championship on F1 24. I think this is going to be season 1 out of the 2 of PSGL on F1 24. And today we're going to try and extend our championship lead. Last time out in Suzuka we won the race as our first time with the Red Bull Racing Team, Oracle Red Bull Sim Racing Team I should say. And yeah, that was a great start of course, 1-2 finish on track with Freddy. He unfortunately got a penalty after the race, so ended up in P7, but extended our lead to 6 points to Brendan Lee. So great race, and today we're going to try and do the same of course. Now PSGL, Jeddah, one of my favorite tracks. I was going to say PSGL is one of my favorite tracks. That does not make sense. Jeddah, one of my favorite tracks. For the people who remember, of course, our first PSGL race around Jeddah was in the wet. Great race for us. I think we won by nearly 10 seconds. And today, the chances are that it's not going to rain. Actually, the chances are very big it's not going to rain. So yeah, of course, we did not practice for any rain, like no sane person would do, because we're in the desert. Anyway, turn 1, a little bit of a lock-up on the left front into turn 1. Through turn 3, a few jabs at the steering wheel, and as we try to get it turned into the corner. And yeah, the rear seems to be a little bit loose through these fast corners, through there especially as well. And that has costed us a lot of lap time. That's 2/10 gone for sure, because a lot of minimum speed lost and a lot of exit speed. Excuse me if you can hear a scooter on the background. They like to race through my street. Yeah, into next right-hander again. Just having to take a lot of jabs at the steering wheel. The backhand doesn't seem to quite lift with what we're trying to ask for it. Into the last sector we go then. 59.9 split. Again having to take a few jabs at the steering wheel. And that's just costing us a tiny bit of lap time every single time. Yeah, they're just little hesitations through the steering wheel. So the car is set up on the edge. Into the final corner we go. This has obviously not been a great lap. Again, not a great exit. They get a slight moment, but that sector 1 mistake has cost us probably P1 here. And now we have to go out again, unfortunately, due to the fact that, yeah, we're not safe. We're in P7 at the moment. Through turn 1 and 2 we go. Yeah, not enough speed carried in there. Yeah, just didn't quite have the confidence. Through turn 3 we go, nearly an invalidation, and again a huge slide, and we're 1.3 tenths down. Now this section right here was not ideal last time around of course, and again I lose the backhand, invalidate. Yeah, I shouldn't have gone out, and even with all those jabs to the steering we already gained a 10 through there, but yeah, we still managed to make it into Q2 right there. Joshi Dobu, Lucas Blakely, Will Lewis, Tomek Poratsis and Ruben Pedreno out in Q1. Lucas Blakely out in Q1, that's a bit of a shocker to me. I don't remember seeing this guy ever go out in Q1 since like 2021, so I'm not sure what's going on there, but yeah, perhaps struggling a little bit with the game. And yeah, still a love time of course before F1 Esports for Lucas to get up to pace. But P3 it is at the moment, after our first Q2 run. Not safe though, because you can see we ended up with P6, and we have to go out again to try and improve on that, because this is not enough to get into Q3 probably. So 200s up through turn 1, 2, and you can see now compared to Q1 how much better the rear end grips up, and yeah, that just gives confidence. Of course the car is set up for Q3 and not for Q1 or Q2, so as we progress the balance is going to get better and better. So yeah, 1.2 tenths up actually as we head onto the final corner of sector 2. We're going to get a very long straight after this. Yeah, again, it's looking good Small improvement again, 200s, and that's just what you need. 200s improvement is huge when it comes down to the end of the lap. Especially on track that has like 16 corners. I think Jeddah has 16 corners. I might be wrong. A 59.60 split into the final sector. Missed the apex there though, as I took it a little bit careful. But I know that I only need to improve by 1/10. I think if we improve by 1/10, we're gonna head up to P1. Actually, that's how close it is at the moment. So again, a little bit safe into the final corner. We actually gained 600s there, a little bit too safe on the exit. Cost us some time, but I knew this is gonna be P1 and enough to get into Q3. Now, Freddy did improve on us, as you can see right there. He went to P1, so great Q2 for us. P1, P2. Fabrizio Donoso, Wilson Huge, Alfredo Caraton, and Jake Benham out in Q2. On to Q3 then. Now, this is used tires, of course, because kind of bottled the first Q1 run. We had to go out again. And yeah, that just puts you on the back foot throughout the whole qualifying session, or just especially Q3. Because yeah, now we have to do
used tires.
I had to do a lap on used tires, and that's just not representative, you know. P6 it is, and now we only get one shot at this on a track like Jeddah. Not easy between the walls. A little bit of a slide through turn 2, but good rotation, and we managed to improve 600s to our used tire run. Now remember, we did 26.4 in Q2. Currently we've got a 26.7 on the board, so we've improved 3/10. We're gonna improve on our Q2 lap time, and we're already halfway there. Good first sector, slightly down on Danny Beresney, but that's fine. He was on new tires on that run, and as you can see, there are 2/10s up already. This is turning into a great lap at the moment as we head into the final corner sector. A little bit of a jab on the steering wheel, but you can see we're 3/10s up, and we're already beating our Q2 lap time. So this has been a great first 2 sectors of this final run in qualifying. Let's see if we can head for pole position. Great turn in time and great exit as we head into the final corner of sector 3. We're 3.5 up, and we're fighting for pole position. All we have to do is nail this final corner, and that will give us a shot at pole position. Into the final corner, we've gone a little bit deep, a lot of understeer, and can't quite put it on the power. We've lost some time to our used tire run, and that has cost us pole position, unfortunately. P4 it is, and a 26.354. And yeah, as you can see me there, not happy, because that final corner cost us a chance on pole position. 800.
Final corner was bad as well.
To our teammates.
To tires that were cooked.
800s to our teammate Freddy Rasmussen. P4 though, and on a track like Jeddah, yeah, even if you start P14, you can be fighting for the win. So yeah,
that's cooked. I don't know what that means.
P4 it is. Otis Lawrence invalidated, and he is gonna be
78 seconds first.
He is gonna be starting P10. On to the race then. As you can see, we're gonna be starting on the medium tires. Now, as you can see right there, a lot of people around us on the hards. I think the entire grid is on the hards, apart from me and our teammate Fredrik Rasmussen. So this is gonna be an interesting race for us. It's lights out and away we go. Obviously a lot more grip of the line than the hard runners around us, but it's not a long run into turn 1, so not a huge advantage there. We're gonna get ahead of Thomas Gau in turn 1. And now we need to try and get past Tom Manley as soon as possible, because he's on the hards, and we need to get ahead. So me and Freddy can try and break the DRS, which is not easy on F124 due to the fact that DRS is enabled after a single lap, and Slipstream is really strong as well. So yeah, you basically only get around 1.5 laps to break the DRS, as the first DRS zone of lap number 2 is gonna be right here after this corner. So yeah, we got one more lap to gain over a second to Tom Manley, of course esports driver for the Visa Cash App RB team. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. AlphaTauri was much easier to remember, or Toro Rosso, or Minardi. I don't know. Anyway, back to the race. We used up quite a bit of a battery here to get past Tom Manley, and now on to lap 3. We set a fast lap the race, we're trying to break the DRS to Tom Manley in P3, but yeah, easier said than done, as yeah, he's getting DRS as well. So yeah, either me or Freddy are not getting DRS on a lap, as we're both leading. So yeah, it seems a little bit impossible at the moment to break the DRS. I didn't feel really comfortable on the mediums as well in this first, and it seemed like Freddy had much better pace. You can see we're using a lot of our battery, and Freddy is still on our gearbox as well. So I think if I had slightly better pace here, we could have broken the DRS, but yeah, I just didn't. However, we have broken DRS to the rest of the grid, because you can see Istvan Pukki and Danny Bresnik 2.1 seconds behind. So that means they're 1.5 seconds behind Tom Manley in P3, and that's great news. Now, lap 7, and it seems like the hards are better at this point, so letting Tom Manley go so he can carry us along and keep us safe from the DRS from Danny Bresnik. That's the plan here. So yeah, lap 8, and we actually got a full battery, so let's see if we can keep extending that gap to Danny Bresnik and Istvan Pukki. That's not going to be easy, because me and Freddy are going to suffer more and more on tires. Now, lap 11, we did manage to stay 2 seconds ahead of Danny Bresnik. However, they are boxing for a set on the medium, so they're putting the faster tire on now, but we only did 11 laps on the mediums. They're going to have to do 14 laps. Very easy to make those 14 laps, but yeah, the question is this the faster way? They're gonna sacrifice pace for track position, and that's a very common thing, of course, in F1 esports, in league racing, at the top level. 1.9 seconds behind, but those mediums are gonna fire up so much faster relative to our hards that 1.8 seconds is gonna disappear within the next 2 to 3 laps in no time. So onto the hards we go. Let's hope that I feel a little bit more comfortable right here on those hards in the second stint, because I didn't feel great on the mediums. I get past Freddy here at the start of lap 13 in order to try and keep Danny Bresnik out of a 1 second window, but you can see, yeah, no point in doing that, because Danny is already here on the mediums in lap 14, getting past us. Now, we're trying to, of course, defend from him. And yeah, we can't. He has much faster tires, and I was thinking about getting past Freddy here into turn 1, but yeah, it doesn't really matter who's ahead at this point. We just need to try and cover ourselves a little bit from all those faster medium runners that are going to catch up. You can see Jake in P13 on the hards. He is boxed already, of course. And yeah, he's on the same strategy as us, starting on the mediums, going onto the hards. And now, in lap 15, we need to try and defend from Istvan Pukki. So we go for the overtake on Freddy. Actually, it was not meant as an overtake. It was meant as a defense to Istvan, using the track available. Looking back at it now, I should have turned more to the left here to give Freddy more space, but yeah, that wasn't really smart. For me, it didn't matter in the end, because we still stayed in P2 and P3, and that's what we need. Danny is faster at the moment, so it's fine if he's leading this race, but in an ideal world, we stay P2 and P3. So, lap 16, and yeah, we got Tomac actually only 6 seconds ahead, 5 seconds ahead. And yeah, if he's not boxing soon, we're gonna catch up to him. And that's how much faster the new tires are, of course. Lifting here a little bit to try and stay behind Danny. I was thinking about passing him here in to turn 1, but I only realized right there that Freddy got overtaken by Istvan, so I decided to stay behind, because I felt like otherwise I was going to get double passed into the next lap by Danny or Istvan. So yeah, again, I was thinking about the move into turn 1, but decided to stay behind. We got Tom Manley setting the fast lap. He was, of course, with us in the start of the race, and he's catching up fast. He boxed later, much later than Danny Bresnik and Istvan Pukki, of course. And you see, Istvan is trying to put his nose in there. I didn't expect that, so Listing a little bit here to leave a gap because I'm in a Mercedes sandwich at the moment. Yeah, no ideal. I'm trying to, of course, stay in P2. And now I'm going down the inside of Danny Breste. I have to brake on time, of course, not to take out Danny there. I actually almost did still. And now into turn 1, we get DRS, of course. And we're going to move past Danny Breste because otherwise we're going to lose more positions. We got Tom Manley on a very fresh set of mediums on our inside. Now, I was thinking about letting him go here because, yeah, I do not want to be leading because we're on the worst tires out of all of them at the moment. But our tires are only going to get relatively faster and faster to those medium runners. So if we can just stay alive for a few more laps, we got a great chance of the win. We can see Freddy is struggling as well to kind of stay alive here. Because this is the phase we're struggling in. So yeah, ideal world. Tom gets past us here. And we just follow him, but that's easier said than done because the DRS is so strong around this track that, yeah, we're just gonna kind of box ourselves in every lap if we don't pass Tom. But at the same time, if we're ahead of him, we're on the threat of getting double passed, which is not easy to do because the guy behind has to, in P3, has to be really close. Well, we are gonna let Tom through here. Because you see we're starting to get a little bit low on ERS. Tom much fresher tire, so yeah. Let's hope that he can build a gap to us by around 8 tenths, and that way we're safe from boxing ourselves in. But yeah, as I said before, easier said than done. We're not on the threat at the moment from anyone behind. Lap 20. You can see our ERS is actually going down, and that's because Tom had so much pace that I had to push like crazy on the tires and on the ERS to stay in the DRS. And DRS so powerful, if we don't stay in, then we lose a chance of the win. That's not what we want. Brandon Lee, 7 tenths behind. I think he started in the bottom of the top 10, maybe slightly out of the top 10. I don't remember exactly where he started, but it doesn't matter too much. He has fresher tires. You can see everyone who walks early has kind of dropped through the field. I didn't expect Brandon to really go for a move here because going side by side through here is incredibly risky. So I decided, you know what, you can have it, mate. I'm just gonna slot in behind. It doesn't really matter to me if I'm in P3 or P2 or P1 at the moment. It's gonna be chaos in the past few laps anyway. We're on a full battery, so we could go for the move here again into turn 1. But we have to be patient. There's still 3 laps to go. And at this point, even the person that's in like P7 can win the race. For anyone who's watched league races in the past, I had to be careful there not to run into Tom. Left too much space on turn 2. And
what are you doing, mate?
We got tire hooked like crazy. Luckily for Micho backed out because I think he realized he was in the wrong there. But yeah, if someone's front tire hits your rear tire, it's like glue. The car that gets hit on the rear tire, yeah, gets completely dragged along. So yeah, you just have to be really careful in this game not to hit each other. Because it's usually not going to end well. So that's why I left so much space in turn 2. But I gave a little bit too much space. I was a little bit too careful. But it's fine. Because we're still in P4. We're still in the fight for the race win here. Leaving a little bit of a gap into the next left-hander just to try and get a good run. I didn't really get a good run because I missed the apex and couldn't quite get on the power. But now we're going to go on the attack into the final corner again. With 2 laps to go at the end of this one. We go around the outside of Tom Manley and Duncan Hofland. And Tom is going to leave us space on the X. There, we almost got squeezed, and that was really close. Because if our tires hit there, we're going to be in big trouble. Into turn 1 now. Decided to back out of that one. And now we got Duncan sending it down the inside. Unfortunately, Tom and Brandon made contact, and that boxed me in. And now we're back to where we were halfway into lap 23, or like a lap ago. And that's very unfortunate. Because now we have to start all over again. P3 It would have been a nice spot to be in, I'm not gonna lie. Especially because I think our tires are gonna be on par with those medium ones that box really late. So the tire advantage from the rest seems to be gone. I think so. And now it's equal playing field, but it's not gonna be easy here. There's 1.5 laps to go, and we need to overtake 3 cars. But it is possible here in Jeddah. Fireworks are gonna start happening. I was thinking about a move into here, but unfortunately there was no space, and I had to back out. And actually, Tom gets a huge snap of oversteer. Now this is not ideal. We get boxed in a little bit again. I didn't want to waste my battery going into the final lap of this race, so yeah, into the next left-hander. Everyone seems to not want to lead here into the final lap, and unfortunately we crashed. P6 it is. And yeah, front wing damage, and this is going to be really difficult to recover now because we got no battery, front wing damage, and yeah, not ideal. Looking back at it, I should have perhaps not gone for it, or actually I could have gone for it, but I went a little bit too deep into the corner, which caused me to spin. So yeah, it was 5 wide at some point. I think by the time we got to the corner it was 4 wide, so there was not a lot of space, and I just used up too much space there at the apex of the final corner, and yeah, just caused myself to spin really. So frustrating there. Yeah, I had to make a really quick decision. Do I want to go for it or not? Because everyone was lifting, because no one wanted to lead the race going into the final lap. So had to make a really quick decision, and could have been the right one actually. Looking back at it, I think it could have gone fine, but yeah, I just ran a little bit too deep into the corner. So unfortunate, but luckily our race didn't end there. Unfortunately, our teammate Freddy got involved as well. He collected us. So really unfortunate. We were pretty much dominating the race for the first 15 laps, and it's all gone down the drain. We're going to be finishing in P5 here in Jeddah. At the same time, only 13 people finished. There were a lot of crashes. So yeah, Jeddah is one of those races where sometimes you just need to be happy to be finishing with decent points. Still frustrating because that was winnable. Just slightly few small mistakes that ended up with a worse result. So hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe for more league racing content, and see you guys next time. Ciao.